Well, hello and welcome to day 89 of our 100 videos challenge. I want to apologize for last night. I told you, hey, I was going to have a part two of my Fire and Forget cooking where I was going to reveal what my excellent meal turned out to be. Well, turned out it was pretty dang excellent, and I totally forgot to do the video. I think we were on our second helping before we realized, oh shoot, the video. Too late now. So just to add a note to what I did yesterday, I did um, actually add 3 ounces of spiral noodle in there into the mix at about an hour left to go of the 6 hour cook time. This soaked up a lot of the liquid, not too much to make it like a stiff casserole, but enough to not make it as soupy as it was, and that was what my fear was. But I think I used a little too much. I need to go back down to 2 ounces of noodle rather than the three. Hey, it's an experiment. I was just pulling that recipe right out of my backside. Technically, not really. I was basing it off of a recipe that I found online that I found online that I thought sounded cool. But I'm like, hey, I wonder if I could do this with pork and other things instead of just doing it like this. So I took someone else's recipe, totally changed it, made it my own, and just said, hey, here we go. But really, it was still a very simple thing. It didn't have any more components. It had pork stew meat. It had the steamable vegetables, which I really wish had little potatoes in them. And it was a can of cream of celery, and then I added noodles. Honestly, 4 ingredients. The garlic pepper, up to you. I actually put some regular pepper on the top of it when I got done, just because. Well, why not? Well, I like pepper, that's why. So I do apologize for not getting that in there. Not showing you the result of my labor. But one thing they forget to tell you, or they don't tell you when you are trying to lose weight. And when you're trying to lose weight and you're doing it in when you're trying to do it by cutting calories, they really forget to tell you that you're going to feel hungry for a bit. And what happened when I took the cover off, the girlfriend and I hadn't eaten all day. Not really anything significant because we were waiting for this wonderful meal. We didn't want to ruin it. And well, we saw it, we liked it, looked at it, smelled great, and we just dove into it and just didn't go. I mean, there's nothing left. I mean, there's literally there's nothing left. Now, the neat thing is, for what I ate of it, it only came up to like 500 calories because everything in there was pretty lean stew meat that I got from Walmart. It's already pre-chopped, so the work there was done. The vegetables, already pre-done. And the can of soup, I mean, honestly, that was all good. Oh, by the way, that was low sodium, so heart healthy, less salt type of thing. I mean, all of that, like I said, pre-done. I just threw, 4 things together in a crock pot and said, go. So, but they forget to tell you that you're going to feel hungry and your temptations are still going to be there. The best thing you can do to not have temptation, at least when you're home, is to not have things in your home. Easier said than done. I know last year when I was doing my Little Caesars diet, see previous video for Little Caesars diet, um, uh, I still had all that chocolate stuff in the house because I wasn't allowing myself any sweets while I was doing it. And my girlfriend, we had just started together at that point, but she was like, "So you have no chocolate in the house?" I'm like, "Oh no!" And I listed off all 5 different places that there was something of chocolate in the house, whether that was baking chips for, doing cookies and muffins, or whether it was just standard store bought cookies, or something that was sweet in the back of my fridge, or even a small or like even a pie up in my freezer. Trust me, I knew where every piece of chocolate in my house was. So it takes a little bit of it does not it takes a no less than a considerable amount of willpower to really cut your calories and stick to a diet. And people can call it a lifestyle change all they want. It's still a diet. And if you're not on it, then it becomes a lifestyle change if you never ever go off of it. The Little Caesars diet was an experiment. It was an experiment that I wanted to see if I could do it, and it was designed to be short lived, and it was a short lived. It went for 7 weeks, and I'll tell you, by week 5.5, much as I like pizza pockets and wings, I was really sick of pizza puffs and wings. I really was. I'm not sick necessarily, but I really just wanted something different. That's the problem with meal prepping. Meal prepping is the same way. It's like, yeah, meal prepping. Yeah. You know exactly what your meals are going to be every single day. You know where your calories are at. You can measure them. They're good to go. Awesomeness. Totally fucking boring. So, it's hard, and you can try to do it with variety here and there, but then you're buying a lot more, and it's just not budget worthy at that point in time. And this is where the other problem comes from: is trying to be budget worthy for your meal prepping. When I was only on, doing the 4 ounces of meat, 4 ounces of fruit, 4 ounces of vegetable, I would buy a 4 pack of pre-made hamburgers, which just meant for 4 nights in a row, I was having hamburger. I mean, you line up with the right spices and it's not bad, but eventually you just gotta have something different. And I tried to vary it. Turkey burgers. I did a pork chop with the fat really cleaned off. A hamburger, obviously, with the night that was 90/10. Uh, Tried to get 4 ounces of chicken breast, which is really not much because chicken breast is pretty dense. It's just little things you gotta do to make that work, but it's only meant for a short term. It's not meant for a long term goal. It loses the weight. Don't get me wrong. It lost the weight. I was just over 1,000 calories a day, and my natural fats were working themselves out. So yeah, you got to be careful with that kind of stuff because you still can't live on that minimum calorie count, and you really need variety. We're so used to having variety in our diets that not having it is almost the same torture. It reminds me of watching The Matrix and that dinner scene they had in their ship cafeteria. It's like it has everything the body needs. It's some kind of amino acids, glop this, that, and the other thing, and it's like mouse saying, oh, it's kind of like eating running eggs, and the other one's like, or a big bowl of snot, and I'm like, I get that's all the vitamins, minerals, proteins, all that stuff that the body needs, but find me a sugar packet at the very least, something. It's what it is. So, all right. With that, friends, I'm going to leave off for the video. We're getting close to my time limit in here, anyways. So make sure that you are, excuse me, make sure that you stay warm, stay safe, drink more water, eat clean food, get some activity in you, be kind to the people you meet today. They are fighting battles that you have no idea about, and you might not be able to help them, but you sure don't want to be part of the problem. Be kind to the environment. We only have the one and we have to live in it. Be kind to animals because animals are fluffy and cute and adorable. And always, just always do your best to be kind to yourself. No reason not to be. All right? You guys have a good one. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Cheers.